Hello everyone, welcome back to Johnny's NetSec YouTube channel. In this video, we are gonna continue our CyberArk home lab. Previously, we installed the vault, we installed the domain controller, also PVWA, CPM, PSM, but we haven't done any hardening, we haven't done any integration. In this video, we're gonna start with basic integration LDAP, LDAP and also our SMTP. So we're gonna be able to log in our PVWA using our LDAP account. We also will be able to log into our vault using our LDAP account with secure connection. Previously, we also installed our domain controller with all kinds of CA service, NTP, syslog, SMTP, all on this domain controller 01 server. I also created different groups and the users for different purpose, especially for CyberArk groups and service account. PAM bind account has been created, which we're gonna use for the LDAP integration. So that's already done in previous labs. So now let's start our integration lab. So in this lab, we are targeting to get PVWA login using our LDAP account through secure connection, and also we're gonna get our vault to configure same way. We're gonna log in using LDAP account, not CyberArk vault account. So right now I have been logging as administrator using CyberArk Authentication. After our integration with LDAP, we're gonna be able to using LDAP to log in. Start configuring that. We're gonna still need to log in as our administrator account. Make sure system health is in healthy status. Go to user provisioning menu, there's LDAP integration. If you haven't configured it before, you should be able to see this new domain button. So domain name, that should be same as you found from your Active Directory users and the computers. We're gonna use secure connection SSL, which is port 636. The bind username, which I created before, PAM bind account. Password. So domain-based contacts, click next. The CyberArk PVW should be able to query your domain controller and find out the available domain controller from your AD database. So we can see we have DC01 has been found and we can use it to connect to it. Here you can tell couldn't establish a connection to the selected domain controllers. There's a two requirement, the host file and certificate. So in this case, we have to do the vault authentication first, then we do LDAP integration. We're gonna download our CA certificate and import it into our vault server. This is our CA cert. We can directly copy into our Vault server since we haven't done our hardening. Double click on it, then we enable this certificate installation wizard. So we do install certificate, we do it for local machine. Next, we're gonna put the certificate into trust root certificate authorities. Next, finish. The import was successful. Click OK. You can double check it. Open a console, then you can add certificate into your console with a computer account. Local computer. We should be able to see this new imported 51sec test DC01CA certificate. We also need to add domain controller server into our Vault host file. Open command prompt as administrator. Using Notepad to open host file. We're gonna add the IP address and the host name of our DC into here. Save our changes. Now we're going to try connect again. It works. So right now we have 4 groups to define our directory mapping. For Vault admins, we can select our LDAP groups which we created before. We're gonna map in 4 of those groups with PVWA directory mapping settings. PAM admins, you can see the user. Safe managers. You can see the user here. Auditors, PAM auditors, PAM users. So we defined all those 4 mappings, and then we can continue to the next. We can save it. Now let's log out. And we change authentication method using the LDAP. As we defined the user, PAM admin 1, PAM admin 2 belongs PAM admin groups. so we should be able to use it to log in. So first time when we logged in, we've been prompted to change the password. Right away we logged in, we can see there's one account, PAM binder account has been on board. We also can check our integration here from LDAP directories. You can see the domain here, and then we can see all configurations. If you want to redo your domain integration, you can delete this entry and also delete the directory mapping from Vault. Then you will get the domain integration wizard again. Now let's try private ARC login using the LDAP we configured. So we need to define the authentication method for our vault. It was using private ARC authentication. Now we change it to LDAP. We're going to try use PAN admin 1 to log in. There's a gateway session. User PAN admin 1 was disconnected. That session is referred to this one. So if you refresh this, you will see you have been logged out, since the session has been disconnected. The session has been stopped because the same user connected elsewhere. So we're gonna return to login page again. But we can use PAN admin 2 to log in. Same process, we have to change the password. PAN admin 2, PAN admin 1 logged in vault. That's pretty much everything for the LDAP integration. In my previous lab, I have installed email service on our domain controller 01, which is have mail enable webmail web interface, so we can log in with our domain account since it's already integrated. So this is a PAN admin 1 account. We just logged in. So now we need to integrate our SMTP service. Let's get back to our CyberArk PVWA portal. We're gonna launch the SMTP integration wizard from the setup wizard section here. Since LDAP integration has been done, this option has been grayed out. We won't be able to choose it anymore until you delete that entry we talked about in previous section. Now email notification is available, so we can add our SMTP integration part. So we go to next. SMTP address, which is our domain controller IP. You can put the IP address 111.11 here. The sender email address, you can put admin at 51sec.test.dev here. Sender display name, I will put admin. Recipient domain, I will leave it blank. PVWA URL, I won't touch it at this moment. Let's leave it as is. So let's say finish. email notification setup completed successfully. Do you want to send a test email? So an email will be sent to the vault admins group. Let's say yes. So there's an email sent to vault admins group, which PAM admin 1, PAM admin 2 both will receive that. Let's give it a try. Previously it was only 0 inbox email, but now we have 1 here. Let's take a look. This is your new email account has been activated and is ready for use. Let's log out. Let's check PAM admin 2. So we also got this new email account has been activated message. We didn't receive that notification. So here is the tricky part. If we go back to our vault, let's log in. The reason why we are not getting testing email message, that is because we are missing one setup. So if you look at the PAM admin 1 and the PAM admin 2, click update, their business email is not populated. That is why we are not getting emails. So confirm that. Let's go back to our AD and updating this email. We put the PAM admin 1 in here, and now we can go back to our vault. We cannot delete the users from here. Again, we can keep admin 2 here, no change. We still don't have business email address. We can log off here, close, sign out. Log in, and we're gonna check the settings again. This time we should be able to see the email address. Now let's redo our email configuration. Notification settings. We're gonna change the server here to 1.1.1.1. Apply. Setup wizard. Email notification next. Same setting as we did before. PAM admin 1 since it has an email address associated with it. Other things will keep the exact same as before. Let me do finish. Now we can send out testing email. Right away we go back to DC01 and we're gonna go back to our webmail. Right away you will see this ENE wizard message. So here is why we cannot receive this ENE wizard message. That is because we don't have business email address associated with our sender account. And also for your receiver account, you also need this email address. So now we can log off. We can test our PAM admin 2 to see if it received this email. As you can see, it didn't receive it because in the vault user's business email settings, there's an empty settings which doesn't allow it to receive the email from us. But once we populate it in the AD, then we should be fine. So that's all information I wanted to share with you today for how to set up LDAP and the email, with some troubleshooting for the email as well. So hope you enjoyed it. If you like my video, again, give me a thumb up, subscribe it if you haven't. See you next episode.